Hello everyone, Namaste. Welcome to another reading with Astral. This is the weekly energy reading for the week of 19th April 2021. So let's get started with your reading and see what are the messages that we have for the coming week. So I'm going to make a Celtic cross, but I really wanted to see if the cards are jumping out and putting us in a certain direction. So this week there would be a lot of fighting going on with your external world and in your internal world. It doesn't mean that people around you are going to fight with you. It's you who's going to royally judge yourself and others. That's what this means. It's something that you would be judging yourself for being not enough, or you will be judging others for not supporting you enough. Whatever it is right now, you need to stop doing that and reflect within yourself. Where does the problem comes from? Where what are the expectation gaps? Because definitely you have a very unrealistic expectation about yourself, or others have very unrealistic expectation from you, and that's where the gap is coming in. Once you have identified that gap, either you can rectify yourself or be very vocal about how others are behaving and let them know where the expectation gap is and let them rectify themselves. So you need to decide that for yourself by turning in. So I've kept those two cards back, and now let's pick 10 cards for the reading. So bottom of the deck is slow down, and on the other side it's like things will change very fast, but you need to slow down. You don't have to react. You actually have to act like a miser. That, yeah, a miser would not give in to a lot of things immediately. Miser would actually think 1,000 times before getting into or getting involved in a lot of things, sharing resources. So your thoughts, your energies, your capabilities, and your judgment, everything is a resource. You would be quite miser to actually uh, share it with anyone. That's what is the right approach, I think. But the things around you would be constantly changing, and let them change, don't worry. And then we have participation right at the center, and then we have awareness. So what I think I should show hold it up front here, and like participation, there is a constant desire for you to act and react to sudden change of events around you, and you really want to make the most out of it, and you want to actually also show the world that I'm interested in what is going on. But then the world doesn't care about it right now. The world is more about moving in a very chaotic direction right now. Nobody's aware of what is going on. And that's where the universe is urging you that just because you have access to this video, work on your inner self, your inner awareness, and don't worry about how the rest of world is acting and reacting. Because if you have solid grounding, and if you can ground yourself, things will work like miracle for you. So that is what the are telling. In past, the recent past, there were a lot of emotional up and down, and it created a sense of anxiety. And somewhere it also spoke about that you were thinking about your parents, you were thinking about your grandparents, and you were thinking how their life has uh, slowly, or their habits have slowly come into your life, and which is in a way good or bad. Because it's a general reading, I really don't want to get into whether it was good or bad, but then you have been quite emotional about feelings, and you were also reflecting about how your parents and their economic conditions and their physical environment have impacted your upbringing and your way of thinking, and you need to break through those pattern break away from those pattern, and for which you need to discover who you are, need to spend more time reflecting about your own self and your own habits. And that would be a sign for maturity in future, that people will suddenly put you in a very different scheme of things, thinking that you act in a very different way, you act in a very mature way, you are more uh, grounded. It's not easy for you to push you in a direction where they can play around with you. They would start respecting you for who you are and your maturity. On a social level, people would want to become more friendly with you. They would want to develop more ideas and more stronger relationship with you because of your maturity that you have been showing around. And what's below the surface is a sense of compromise that you would be feeling, because you may not want to have all the emotional relationships that suddenly people are trying to show to you. You definitely don't want to have those, but then uh, just to survive in this chaotic environment, you need to make certain compromises, and then you will also make those compromises with an awareness of who you are, with all the maturity that you can put into display. The advice for you is to accept yourself first and have no expectation from others. Accept yourself as you are and don't expect a lot of things that others should have done for you or should be doing for you, because sorry, honestly, others are pretty confused. They are going with the wave. Suddenly they see you acting in a mature way, so your energies are more superior, so they are feeling super attracted. Doesn't mean that they understand their duty towards you. So don't even have that kind of expectations, because if you have that kind of expectations, you will fall for it, and you will again get into the same rat race from which you have come out, and you have shown that maturity. The fear in your mind is that if you keep on going with the flow, and accept people's emotional invitations, you will eventually actually get into that rat race. You will lose your sense of individuality and maturity. And it is quite possible, don't worry about it. But then, if you have found your awareness once, the cards are telling me that it will be quite easy for you to find that sense of awareness every time, and each time it will take less time, but it would be a constant process of falling for emotional traps and then coming out of it and then following the middle path. It's something that would be a constant practice for you, and it will take a while. So you are confused whether you should take time, or whether you should jump into emotional engagements and accept others' friendliness. It depends on case to case. You definitely don't have to be super excited, but you don't have to just push them off in a very rude way. Uh, be calm and composed. And the final outcome is the trust card, which is showing that trust on yourself and you'll fly high, and the sky is the limit for you, and you will go beyond the clouds, and you will get the fame and recognition that you require. So that's your reading. Thank you so much for watching this video. Namaste and see you soon. Bye bye.